All right, today we're going to jump into a really powerful way to think about AI. See, it's not just about whether you're using it, but how. It turns out there are two completely different ways people are approaching this, and one of them is creating this massive, almost unbeatable advantage. Let's get right into it.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly frames what we're talking about. Most of us, we're chugging along at 35, maybe 40 miles an hour, and we feel pretty good about it, right? We're getting these little speed boosts from AI. But right there, next to us, is this 110-mile-per-hour freeway that most people don't even see. So the real question is, how do you find the on-ramp?
So what does this mental model actually look like? This isn't about small differences, like someone's just a little bit faster than you. No. We are talking about two completely separate, totally distinct ways of using AI. Think of them as two different roads that are leading to entirely different places.
Okay, so on the left, you've got the 35-mile-an-hour street. We're calling that incremental use. This is all about using AI to do the stuff you're already doing, just a little bit faster. But on the right, that's the 110-mile-an-hour freeway, transformational use. And this isn't about speeding up old tasks. It's about tearing up the old map and rebuilding your entire workflow around AI from the very beginning.
So let's talk about the street for a minute. Because, let's be honest, this is where pretty much everyone is right now. It makes sense. It's comfortable, it's familiar, and hey, it feels like you're making progress. But it's so important to understand its limits. So what does this actually look like in your day-to-day? Well, think about it. That email that used to take you 10 minutes to write, boom, now it takes 2. That report that took 3 days, now it takes 1. But your job title is the same. Your core responsibilities haven't changed. You're using the same old tools. You've slotted AI into the little cracks of your existing process. And what's the result? Well, you get a nice productivity bump, maybe 20, 30%. And look, that's not bad. That's a real tangible improvement. But, and this is the key, it is not transformational. It's an optimization. It's not a revolution.
Okay, now let's shift gears and talk about the freeway. This is where a much smaller, but definitely a rapidly growing group of people are living. And they're not just driving faster, they are playing an entirely different game.
The mindset here is a total paradigm shift. The question completely changes. It's not, how can AI make my current job faster? The real question is, if I were designing my work from scratch, from a blank slate, today, knowing everything AI can do, what would that work even look like? And the answer to that question, it almost always points you towards new tasks, new tools, and outcomes you couldn't have even imagined before.
And the results here? I mean, we're not talking about a 20% gain anymore. We are talking about a 3 to 5x increase in output. This is about creating brand new services that were just impossible before. It's about serving customers that were totally out of reach. It really is a quantum leap. And this is maybe the most important thing to get. The person on the freeway isn't working more hours. They're not trying harder than the person on the street. They are both putting in the exact same effort. The huge, monumental difference in what they can produce comes from one thing: the fundamental design of their work. Okay, I know this can all feel a little abstract, right? So let's make it super concrete. Let's look at a real-world example. We're going to follow a tale of two accountants who both decide they're going to start using AI. So let's break this down. On the one hand, you have the 35 MPH accountant. She uses AI to write her client reports and emails a little faster. Her productivity goes up, maybe 20%. She can handle a few more clients. She makes a little more money. And that's nice. But then, look at the 110 MPH accountant. She completely rethinks her entire service. She builds an AI system that automatically pulls in all of her clients' data and generates these amazing weekly insight reports, a super high-value service that used to be way too expensive to offer. Now, she's not serving 20 clients, she's serving 100. And her revenue? It's 5 times higher. See, she's not doing the same job faster, she's doing a completely different, much more valuable job.
So, why does this matter so much? Because the gap between these two roads, it's getting wider every single month. The 110 MPH accountant can offer a better service for a lower price. So what happens? Over time, the 35 MPH accountant just gets outcompeted, first on price, then on relevance. The source material we're looking at suggests that in as little as 3 years, she might not have any clients left at all. The risk is absolutely real.
So this brings us to the big question, right? How do you get off the slow, crowded street and get onto the high-speed freeway?
Well, it's going to require a very deliberate and, yeah, maybe a little uncomfortable exercise, but it's the only way to find your on-ramp.
This is the question you have to sit with, and I mean really sit with it. Just assume, for a minute, that an AI can handle all the boring, repetitive, predictable, execution-based parts of your job. All of it. What's left? What is the uniquely human value that you bring to the table? The answer to that question? That's your future. Okay, here's the exercise. It's super practical. Grab a blank page. Step 1, write down your job description, but as if you were hiring for it brand new today. Step 2, go through that list and cross out every single task that is routine execution. Just assume an AI does all of it now. Step 3, look at what's left. This is the good stuff. This is your judgment, your strategy, your creativity, your client relationships, and finally, step 4. What's left on that page, that is your new job. That's the job you need to start building right now. So here's the challenge. I want you to take 30 minutes and just try this exercise. Compare the new job you just designed on that piece of paper to the job you actually do every day. What's the biggest gap you find? Because that gap, that isn't a problem. That's your opportunity. That gap is your on-ramp to the 110 mph freeway.